The war is now into 18th day and Russia has escalated the offensive. Ukraine's defense ministry claims that Russians shot at women and children who were trying to evacuate along a green corridor in Kiev, killing 7 people. One child is also dead. Ukrainian president said Russia was sending in new troops after Ukrainian forces had put 31 of its battalion tactical groups out of action. Air raids, alerts sounded off in almost every region in Ukraine, including Kharkiv, Kiev, Zhytomyr, Zaporizhia. Residents have been asked to go to the nearest shelter. Lviv has been hit hardest with multiple missile strikes leading to several casualties. Bloodbath on the streets of Lviv after back-to-back missile strikes.
These are not blown yet.
Російські окупанти не можуть нас підкорити. У них немає такої сили, немає такого духу. Вони тримаються тільки на насильстві і тільки на терорі, тільки на зброї, якої у них багато. Але в окупантів немає жодної природньої основи для нормального життя, для того, щоб люди могли відчувати щастя і мріяти. Вони органічно не здатні робити життя нормальним. Всюди, куди прийшла Росія, на чужу землю, мрії неможливі. Щодо Києва, якщо будуть сотні тисяч людей чи десятки тисяч військових, яких зараз мобілізує Росія, і вони всі прийдуть з сотнями чи з тисячами танками, вони зайдуть в Київ. Ми це розуміємо. Якщо вони будуть робити коврове бомбардування і просто вирішать стерти історичну пам'ять всього цього регіону, історію Київської Русі, історію Європи, вони зайдуть в Київ. Якщо вони знищать всіх нас, вони зайдуть в Київ. І тому, якщо в цьому ціль, то тоді пускай заходять, але їм прийдеться жити на цій землі самим. Точно без нас. Друзів серед нас вони тут не знайдуть.
Under siege with multiple Russian airstrikes and missile attacks, mass destruction and trail of destruction in Ukraine's second largest city. Mikhailo Kutovyi gets you the next report from Kharkiv. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Mikhailo Kutovyi. I'm 19 years old and now I'm standing on downtown Kharkiv. There are a lot of Kharkiv symbols here. Freedom Square, Shevchenko Garden, beloved by Kharkiv citizens, Karazina University and Gazprom. There are the ruins of Kharkiv Regional State Administration behind me. When it was attacked on the morning by the rockets from the sky, Kharkiv volunteers gathered here to coordinate their work with each other and authorities. The building was destroyed by a second blow on another day. There is another destroyed building nearby, commercial business center, which is called 50th Parallel. Perhaps you didn't know, Kharkiv stands on 50th Parallel, just like Prague in Czech Republic, Frankfurt on Main in Germany, Krakow in Poland, and Plymouth in Great Britain. The first independent media center of citizen journalism in Ukraine was opened during the Dignity Revolution in 2014, exactly here. The Kremlin cover says that they are hitting military targets only, but in reality, they are destroying the symbols of our cities and our freedom. But we smile through the tears, and we will definitely win. Everything will be Ukraine.
Reporter Rajesh Pawar sends us this report from his way to Bucha. Here's a look.
Right now, I'm on my way to Bucha from Kyiv, and here you can see a police car which has been hit by a small rocket and has been damaged. So many such police cars have been hit. There's another one standing on the other side, and this is being hit by a small rocket today morning probably.
All right, that's the latest coming in right there. Our soldier reporter Rajesh Pawar sending you these ground reports, risking his own life. And the mega final assault looms right there. Although there has been a fair amount of de-escalation in the capital, Kiev, but there have been a lot of raids in many towns in Ukraine, and there have been air raid alerts as well. But India Today getting you every minute detail. Every city in Ukraine, make no mistake, is the front line at the moment. We're getting you our reporters from ground zero in just a moment from now. But these are latest coming in from the war into 18th day. Russia escalating its offensive right there. Ukraine's defense ministry too claiming that Russians shot at women and children who were trying to evacuate alongside a green corridor in Kiev, killing 7 people. 1 child is also dead. Heartbreaking stories coming in of war crime. This is a humanitarian crisis. It is catastrophic, to say the least, as Ukrainians themselves put it on our channel earlier. Rajesh is now joining us. Rajesh, we spoke to several Ukrainians on the channel, Ukrainian reporters as well. You are right there, risking your own life, bringing us the latest ground reports. And everyone unanimously only has to say this is a humanitarian crisis of catastrophic proportions. What is the sense that you are picking up at the moment?
Undoubtedly, this is a humanitarian catastrophe. This is a big humanitarian crisis like any other war. And this is now seems to be a big war, which is now stretched beyond 2 weeks. We have seen almost 2.5 million people internally displaced and almost 1 million people who have become refugees in the neighboring countries. So undoubtedly, this is a humanitarian crisis of a big proportion. And some civilian infrastructure has been damaged. People have died. Civilian people have died. And a lot of people have become homeless. And yes, there are heartbreaking scenes everywhere in the country right now. This is a humanitarian crisis right now unfolding.
Rajesh, where are you? You're en route Bucha. What do you pick up as you're driving on your way to Bucha from Kiev?
I can show you if you want from the windscreen of the car. Everything is deserted, no civilians around, no civilian vehicles. Whatever you see are people who are probably belonging to militia or to the military. Things are quite silent. It's like a city under siege, not much activity going on. Everything looks like quiet, but it's a kind of not a normal quiet.
Absolutely. Hold on right there, Rajesh. Alexei is joining us from Kremenchuk, Ukraine. He fled from Kharkiv. We have Alexander as well, Kiev resident, who's joining us. First, let me go to Alexei. Alexei, you fled Kharkiv. And we cannot even sit here and imagine the kind of catastrophic outcome that you Ukrainians are dealing with at this point of time. And as Rajesh also pointed out, this is a humanitarian crisis. Tell us a little bit of sense of the fear and the kind of sentiment resonating amongst Ukrainians in Kharkiv. You have fled from there as well. There is no sign of Russia withdrawing its troops also. So what is the sense that grips the citizens today?
I think that, it's a complicated question because I think these days we are all united as one huge family because we see that our neighbor attacked us the same way as Hitler attacked all other world and USSR 75 years ago, 80 years ago. So today we are uniting. Today we are already united. Today we are staying for truth, for our lives, for our territory, for our cities, for our babies. That's we know that the truth is on our side. That makes us standing for our country.
And vis-a-vis the rest of the world, and I want to come to Alexander for it. What is the sentiment vis-a-vis the rest of the world? Is there a sense of betrayal too at this point, Alexander?
So watching and doing nothing except, saying big words. But we are just here by ourselves, and I just went to the prayer to the Kievo-Pечерska Lavra, which is behind me. And as you know, there is a town called Svetogorsk. It's close to Donetsk. And there is a very saint Lavra of Svetogorsk, which was bombarded yesterday by Russian army. And they were also, the building was damaged. People were killed. And the whole world is just watching how this enemy is just destroying our nation, destroying our children, destroying our women and civilians and infrastructure, and doing nothing. So we feel betrayed, but we are united as never been before, and we are gonna fight the enemy back. This is what I can tell you.
And Alexei is also with us. Alexei, you heard Alexander right there saying that there is a sense of betrayal amongst you citizens, but you all stand united because it is a war on your country. You are seeing loss of human lives, children dying, women dying. Russia has invaded your country. There are war crimes that are being committed in your country as well. And at this point of time, of course, you stand united all together. Do you, as a citizen today, see a plausible solution in sight, or there is a growing feeling of hopelessness amongst other nations not stepping up efforts to help you?
I think that sooner or later we will win. So the win would be on our side, and I see no opportunities for Russia to win this war. Just 0%. Because the whole world supports us, and today, whole world supports us with words, with emotions, and with money, with some military equipment. But I believe that soon the world will support us with their army, like NATO will support us with closing the Ukrainian sky, and that's gonna happen sooner or later. Just because NATO has a huge bureaucracy in their mechanism, how they work, and we see the whole world seeing these days that NATO can't make fast decisions. You see, they need a couple weeks to think. So I think that they already other countries already supported us with military equipment, with weapons, with non-lethal weapons equipment. So these days already many people from other countries who want to fight on our side, they're already joining Ukrainian army. And I think that soon, in week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month, other countries will or blocs will join us in this war and support us.
Glad that gives you hope. I'm glad that keeps you together. That hope keeps you together. Alexander, while Alexei, as you heard, has said that your hope lies on the fact that NATO will come into support. Probably they are acting a little late. But if you see popular opinion across the board coming in from analysts, is that America can best avoid worsening this war, this conflict, by making it clear it will honor its commitment to the NATO, but best refrain from direct military engagement with Ukraine. Does that scare you?
Nothing scares us since the war started. Since the 24th of February, there is no safe place in the world, I would say, ever, even in your country, even in anywhere in the world. So what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, as you know, the saying goes. So we hope, we believe that the world will wake up and will show the one enemy, the only enemy we have for the whole world, and will get more united and will support us, not just with words and with fundings and with armors, but also gives us more support, yes, with more money, with more military guns, and yes, NATO should close the sky, because all the major cities, and not just the major cities in Ukraine, were bombarded from the territory of Russia, from the territory of Belarus. So there should be more sanctions, more support, and well, yes, that doesn't scares me, and that doesn't scares the Ukrainian. We're united, and we will, as I told you, we'll be together, and we will fight back, no matter what, no matter how. We will win this war.
You know, that is very, very heartwarming to hear that, and you know, our hearts go out to all of you out there in Ukraine who are the victims of war crimes and the hands of Russia. I wish you are all safe. And I thank you very much for taking the time out and joining us here on India Today.